He got wet coming in. I mean, I barely got in. If I hadn't, I'd been melted. I would have melted. It's always great to be back, with Durhl and sweet Sheila. I admit it. Everywhere I go, I tell stories on Durhl Davis. I mean, I think I even got him on a DVD, one of them. And I said, first time I met Durhl, I said, well, Brother Durhl, D-U-R-H-L. I said, did your mama not know how to spell Darryl? He said, no, she wanted to call me Durhl. And 2 years ago, when I was with your son that's a junior, I said, so you're a junior? Oh, yeah. I said, do you have a son? Oh, yeah. You didn't make him the third, did you? No, I wouldn't do that to him. I said, what's his name? Matthew Durhl Davis. He gonna get that Durhl in there. Oh, that's just awesome. I had a deacon at First Baptist Church, West Monroe, Louisiana, and he was a good one. R.L. Hargrove Jr. R.L. Hargrove Jr. He was the first CPA for CenturyLink up there, which has gotten pretty big. And just a good man, a good deacon. And I got to First Baptist Church, I guess it was in 1991, and I said, R.L., can I ask you something? He said, sure, preacher. I said, what does R.L. stand for? He said, don't stand for anything. R.L., you were just named R.L.? Yeah, R.L. Hargrove Jr. I went, well, so your dad was R.L.? He went, no. I said, well, but you're a junior. Yeah. But your dad's not named R.L.? He went, no, they just wanted me to be a junior. He was over by Columbia, Louisiana, outside of Columbia. Have you been over there before, Durhl? Look, he's taking his coat off. He's getting hot and sweaty. But anyhow, but here's one for you. We just had a grandson, and Dusty, my youngest one, Dusty, Brother Wallace, Dusty's the one that, remember when I'd flown into Airport Monroe? Some of y'all may remember I come in there, and I'm coming down there, and I told Dusty and Chad, last time I got home, they were sleeping in our bed. And I said, from now on, you sleep in your bed, good night. And I made a deal with them, you sleep in your bed when I'm gone, and when I come back, if you'll sleep in your bed when I get home, I'll give you a Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy. Remember those Hulk Hogan wrestling buddies? And he said, all right, well, I landed there at Monroe. I'm coming down the ramp. Dusty's in front, little old Dusty. He's going, Daddy! And I was at First Baptist, West Monroe, Louisiana. We were on 3 different television networks, and people are in there. They started going, there's the preacher, First Baptist. He's gone all the time. I'm coming down to the ramp. Little Dusty said, Daddy! Gives me a thumbs up. I give him a thumbs up. Daddy! Gives me a thumbs up. I give him a thumbs up. And then in front of God and everybody said, Daddy, nobody slept with Mama the whole time you were gone. That is hard to recover from, man, in Monroe, Louisiana. Well, that boy, he and his wife, Brittany, just had our first grandson. And here's the deal. Before he was born, he calls me. And my dad, you've heard me tell many stories on my daddy, Floyd Leon. My dad died 6 years ago in October 28th. Missed my daddy, Floyd Leon. Many stories on Floyd Leon. Well, he calls and says, Dad, middle name is going to be Floyd. Well, nowadays, you don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to say anything. And I'm biting my tongue going, don't name him Floyd. I mean, Floyd. Floyd. Durhl. But I don't say anything. Finally I do say, well, that's great. I know he's honored up in heaven, looking over the balcony of heaven. I'm going, well, then, about a month later, He said, Dad, we want to meet y'all for dinner, and we're going to tell you the whole name. All right, so we took them down to the stockyards of Fort Worth, Brother Wallace, Miss Wallace, down there to the Cattleman's Steakhouse. Well, the Cattleman's is probably not what it used to be, but it's still the Cattleman's. So we went in there, and we finished eating, and then Dusty said, all right, I'm going to tell you our boy's name. It's going to be Andrew. We both love Andrew. And we go, okay. He goes, James, because that's our favorite book in the Bible. And I thought, praise the Lord. Floyd Leon. Floyd got bumped. Floyd got bumped. And then he said, Floyd Swanberg. Andrew James Floyd Swanberg. I don't say anything, but on the inside I'm going, will that fit on a birth certificate? You know. And then he has a t-shirt on and a shirt, and all of a sudden he stands up and he says, but we're going to call him, and he rips his shirt like a wrestler. We've got some wrestling friends, Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man, Dusty Rhodes, you know, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, you know, and some other guys. And so and Dusty's into wrestling. And all of a sudden he rips the shirt, and he has AJ Styles t-shirt. Says the house that AJ built. He said, we're going to call him AJ. But you know what? In a few seconds I thought, praise the Lord, AJ. I like AJ. Think about it. These millennials, it could have been AJF. Would that have been weird if they start calling people three initials? Hey, AJF! But praise the Lord, it's just AJ. And so AJ Swanberg, 7 pounds on November the 8th. We thought he was going to come on the 7th on Billy Graham's 100th birthday. But, you know, she tarried. I'm going to tell that epidural messes you up every single time. And, but he came on the 8th, and we just love that little fella. And we're excited about spoiling him, you know. And I hope they have 3 or 4 more to pay for what they did to me. You know, my little Dusty. I remember he used to tell Dusty, you do not answer the phone. You know, he's just a little fella. You do not answer the phone. You let your big brother answer the phone. You do not answer the phone. You understand, son? Sure enough, I'm on the road. I call home. Who answers the phone? Dusty. Hello. What are you doing answering the phone? I'm the man, Dad. I'm the man of the house. Good night. Let me talk to your mother. She cannot come to the phone. She's a busy woman. Well, I'm a busy man, son. Let me talk to your mama right now. She cannot come to the phone. Well, what's your busy mama doing? There's a policeman here, Daddy. A policeman, let me talk to him. He cannot come to the phone. He's a busy man. I said, well, what's he doing? There's a fireman here, Daddy. A fireman, let me talk to him. He cannot come to the phone. He's a busy man. I said, now, Dustin, I want you to focus. Tell me what's going on. What are they doing? He said, they're looking for me. I said, well, where are you? I'm in the hot water closet. They looked in here 2 times and did not see me. I'm directly behind the hot water heater. I said, well, you are in hot water, son. And you know what he said? No, I'm directly behind the hot water. These kids. Oh, gosh. But, you know, talk about giving me material. And, you know, they just continue to give you material. And I can't wait to see what this grandbaby, you know, I'll probably have at least 2 DVDs out of it. I need to just to pay what my wife has been buying. My wife's been buying everything. I mean, we have clothes for that little fella at our home, enough for him for a lifetime. He'd have to have 2 big, he'd have to have 10 big mess ups. And have to wear 10 different outfits a day. to just come close to what we have. I said, woman, we're not his parents. We're his grandparents. He's not even here. He's at their house. Well, he may come here. You know, I've never been the winner. I don't know about you, Durhl, but I asked her one time, I said, well, these two boys, I said, I wish I was one of your boys. And you know what she said? You're not. You know, my wife, we'll be married 40 years in May, and I love my little wife, my honey love, my little sugar babe, but, you know, she can irritate you. You know what I mean? Oh, ladies, you don't realize y'all irritate us. You think we irritate you. We get on your nerves. Y'all get on our nerves. I wish y'all could see these men looking at me right now. I mean, they're all looking at me going, don't go there, Brother Dennis. No. They're scared. They're scared to death. Look at this fellow down here. He's shaking. He's scratching his head. She's got her arms crossed, which means don't mess with my man. I've trained him. I have trained him. You know, I looked over at them a while ago, and she was patting him on the leg, and he was going. I mean, I thought I heard her say, good puppy. Good puppy. But I may have been wrong, man. Look at him now. He's getting red. Look, he's feeling for his collar. He get my collar's off. Hey, don't be laughing, buddy. Your day's coming. You're gonna be just like me, just a little heavier. You know what I mean? Unless she makes you go on a diet. You know what I mean? Honey, I want you to, you know. My wife's always doing this. What are we going to do about this right here? What are we going to do about this right here? Baby, we ain't doing nothing about this right here. Because if I spill, I catch it right there. I catch it, see? And it's better to catch it here than down on your britches. Don't look good on your britches. Especially if you're wearing khaki. So you catch it here. Then take a chip, rake it up. You know what I mean, buddy? It's a ministry. This is a ministry. I will admit this. When I look in the mirror at the hotel, you know what I think? Thank God for clothes. That's what I'm thinking. I love clothes. I was just down at Pigeon Forge. Some of y'all have heard me say this. My little mama, Pauline Bernadine, 89 years old, still going good, doing good. And I buy her Alfred Dunner outfits. Alfred Dunner. Alfred Dunner. Splurge. Get you some Alfred Dunner, a little blouse, a little jacket, the breeches are elastic. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. And I wish they'd make some men's breeches like they did, you know, to work with you. Remember those Sansa belts, how they just, woo, woo, they'd work with you? I got some on that. These are a flex because thank God for sweaters. See, underneath this sweater, I'm needing to adjust myself, but I don't have to if I'd have gotten there. And I get it, my belt to where it needs to be, and then I'll be speaking, and it just slides down to a happy spot. You know what I mean, buddy, don't you? All right. Okay. I don't even know you, but I love you already. All right. You know, isn't it fun to laugh? You know, I love, you know, church. Just going to church. You know, you get tickled at things. You know, we were talking, I talked to a man back there at the back about, you know, sitting at the back and everything about got your pew. I remember when I was at Second Baptist, Hot Springs, Arkansas, my first Sunday, Laurie and my two little boys were just sitting like over on a pew right over here, like a short little pew. And then Miss Faye comes down the aisle and stands there and looks at my wife and goes, "Are you the new preacher's wife?" "Yes, I am." "We love you. We love you." "Are these your boys?" "These are my boys." "Hello, boys." And both little boys, they both, I mean, it's like a miracle they went, "Yes, ma'am." I went, "Hallelujah." They said, "Yes, ma'am." And then she said to my wife and my two boys, "You're in my pew." And they had to move. And you know, like a year or two later, you know, we became best friends with Miss Faye. And we were eating at a Shoney's. And I said, "Miss Faye, remember when we came and Laurie was in your pew and you made her get up and move?" "I did, because she was in my pew." She's telling me this at Shoney's. I said, "How do you get away with that?" "Well, I'm old and I got money." At least she was honest. But, we laugh about that. We laugh. Laughter is it's an important part of life. Ecclesiastes, there's a time for tears. There's a time for laughter. But when it is time to laugh, you ought to laugh a little bit. My dad had Alzheimer's the last 7 years of his life. And that's tough. If any of you folks know, it's tough. That's a tough road home. We were fortunate that my dad was nice. He wasn't mean, and he was compliant, and but he was a hoot. Some of the things he would say, were just so unlike him. But I went in there one time, and they're all 80 plus, and some in wheelchairs, and their mouth wide open, sleeping, and I Love Lucy's on the big screen TV, loud, and nobody's watching. The nurses are in that little circular deal with their clipboards working. And I went up to my dad in his little wheelchair, and I said, "Dad, how's it going?" He said, "Every woman in here is pregnant." I looked around, I said, "I don't think so, Daddy." He said, "Every single one of them." I said, "Well, you live here, I guess you ought to know." And he looked at me and went, we've laughed about that, and we still laugh about it. It's just better to laugh than to cry sometimes. I was with these, a few years ago, I was at a big event, and these two senior adult guys were sitting together. They were like 92, 93 years old, and it was just awesome. I saw them, and I went and stood behind them to listen to them, to get some new material, and it was just awesome. One of them said to the other one, Lester, was it you? Was it you? Or was it your brother that was killed in World War II?" Did he get it, honey? Did he get it? And then old Lester said, "Oh, no, that was my brother." And the other guy said, "That's what I was thinking." I thought, that's me and old Robert one day. Me and Durhl already. Look at Sheila. She's going, I don't know if I want him riding that motorcycle as often as he does. He's getting older. Is it a two-wheeler or a three-wheeler? Two? You're a three and he's a two. Well, you might let him have the three. He's getting a little older, Sheila. You know what I'm saying? You married an older fella, but that's all right. You want to give a testimony? Okay, all right. My little wife, when we fell in love, I was at the seminary, and I'd gone through Baylor University, 4 years at Baylor, and didn't find a woman. Now my people were concerned about that. My dad